Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Viewers, there's one new story in this video for you. Is a broad alliance of Ethiopian armed groups is in the making against the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Uh, Jalmaro Kumsadereba, OLA Chief, gave an interview around 48 hours ago. What did he say? Are main armed groups working to form an alliance against Ethiopian PM? Let's have a detailed look at what Komsa Dereba Jalmaro said. Secondly, a Kenyan government claims that OLA strongholds are being dismantled in Kenya, and OLA will never be able to be a threat again to the people of Kenya. Kenyan news sources are reporting about the operation which was launched against OLA almost a month ago. Details of these two topics in this video for you. Firstly, we are Komsa Dereba, OLA Chief, gave an interview around 48 hours ago. Komsa Dereba spoke in detail about the recent OFC OLF meeting, which went on for 4 days, and then the two parties issued a very controversial statement. What are the two parties saying? What is OLA's point of view? And is a major alliance against Ethiopian PM on the cards? Well, firstly, Roma Liberation Army reiterated its position. Considerable. He said that the meeting between OLF and OFC took several days, several weeks to actually begin. Before that work was done, Ethiopian National Defense Force, intelligence agencies, they gathered people, they paid money to people, they brought people together. And then OFC and OLF met. Secondly, Kumsadereba said that deliberately divisive agendas are being created and highlighted about territories, about boundaries by prosperity parties, government, Drideva, Mujale, and other issues, divisive border issues are being highlighted and exaggerated by the government to create divisions between regions, between ethnic groups in Ethiopia. Thirdly, he talked about war, Tigray war. Interestingly, he said that it was international community's pressure which forced PM Abiy's government to talk to the TPLF. International community's pressure could be one of the factors, but it wasn't the only factor. I believe that Tigray fighters started suffering losses, so it was difficult for them to continue as well. Continue the fight. It was becoming difficult for them. And war went on for 2 years. I think both sides were tired of it, and TPLF was ready to make compromises. So that led to Pretoria deal, I believe. After war, Kumsadereba says, war in Tigray, major operation against OLA was launched, drones were used, and government claimed it would just destroy OLA within weeks. It did not happen. Then it talked to the Roma Liberation Army, talks were held, talks collapsed. And now political parties are being used by the government to create divisions. Komsadereba made one important point. He said that this government fears, Abiy's government fears that OLA, TPLF, Fano armed groups could unite. That is why it is trying to create divisions. It is trying to create ethnic divisions, Oromo, Somali divisions, Oromo, Amhara divisions, etc. So Ethiopians should learn, Oromo should learn, they should know that in their name, divisive agendas are being created. They should call for unity in Ethiopia to remove this government. Is really an alliance among armed groups on the cards? It seems that some contacts have been made, by the way. I'll do another detailed video on that. Komsa Dereba did not say that armed groups are forming an alliance. He only said that Abiy fears that armed groups could create an alliance, and that is why he wants to divide armed groups. He wants to create division between Fano and OLA, between OLA and groups in Somali, OLA and ONLF, between OLA and Tigray fighters. I'll do a video, detailed video. It seems that Jalmaro hinted at the likelihood of such a broad armed groups alliance to topple PM Abiy's government. Right now, these days, I am covering more political developments. Is there any likelihood of a political alliance against PM Abiy government? This is what is the main topic these days. But are armed groups meeting in the background to form an alliance too? That we'll have a look at in future videos. I think that Komsa Dereba's talk was indicative of contacts among Ethiopian armed groups. Secondly, Kenyan forces have been conducting an operation against the Oromo Liberation Army since the start of February. The operation was launched on the 2nd of February. Almost a month has passed, and Kenyan news sources are reporting that OLA strongholds are being dismantled in Kenya, in Isiolo, in Marsabit counties. This operation is being conducted. Over a month ago, Ethiopian intelligence agency chief Ridwan Hussein talked to Kenyan intelligence agency chief. The two held meetings, and then joint operation was launched on Ethiopia-Kenya border. Oromo Liberation Army fighters are finding it difficult to continue having a presence there. OLA is officially, OLA has not confirmed any losses. But when Jalmaro gave the interview, which I mentioned in the first part of the video, he claimed that Abiy and Ruto conspired against Raila Odinga. They wanted to isolate Raila Odinga. Abiy promised support for Ruto in Ruto's effort to isolate Raila Odinga. In return, Abiy wanted Kenya to conduct an operation against the Oromo Liberation Army. This is what Oromo Liberation Army Chief Komsa Dereba said. I have a clip for you. The clip is from Kenya. A Kenyan news source reported about the operation against OLA. And Kenyan police officers say that OLA won't be allowed to be a threat again to the people of Kenya. And OLA is being kicked out from the Kenyan territories. Areas are being cleared. Watch the clip. Thanks for watching.
Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja says that never again shall the Oromo Liberation Army rebels return to terrorize Kenyans within our own borders. NTV's senior reporter Ibrahim Karanja visited what were previously OLA strongholds in Moyale, Sololo and Merti and prepared this report.